What if your emotions are secretly controlled by invisible past moments? Every feeling you experience today is rooted somewhere in memory. Your brain constantly rewrites emotions based on past stored experiences. Even small forgotten moments silently influence your present emotional reactions. Memories are not just records, they are active emotional triggers. A single scent can suddenly bring back powerful forgotten feelings. This happens because memory and emotion are deeply interconnected systems. Your brain links events with emotional responses to protect you. That is why painful memories feel stronger than neutral ones. Your mind prioritizes emotional experiences for survival and learning. But here is the surprising truth about how memories actually work. Memories are not fixed. They change every time you recall them. Each recall slightly alters the emotional intensity attached to them. This means your past is constantly being reshaped by your present. Your emotions today can rewrite how you remember yesterday. That is why two people remember the same event differently. Their emotional states shape how the memory is stored. Childhood memories play a powerful role in emotional development. Early experiences create emotional patterns that follow you into adulthood. A loving environment builds emotional security and confidence over time, while negative experiences may create fear, anxiety, or emotional sensitivity. Your brain learns to predict emotions based on past experiences. This prediction system helps you react quickly in familiar situations. But sometimes it causes overreactions based on outdated emotional memories. That is when emotions feel stronger than the situation deserves. Your mind is reacting to the past, not the present moment. Emotional memory can be both helpful and harmful simultaneously. It protects you, but it can also trap you. For example, past rejection can make you fear new relationships, even when no real threat exists in the present. Your brain tries to avoid repeating emotional pain at all costs. This creates emotional patterns that repeat without conscious awareness. Many people live inside these patterns without realizing their origin. Understanding this is the first step toward emotional control, because awareness weakens the automatic influence of past memories. Once you recognize the pattern, you can begin changing it. Your brain is flexible and capable of forming new emotional connections. This process is known as emotional rewiring or neuroplasticity. It means your emotional future is not permanently fixed. You can reshape how memories influence your feelings over time. Positive experiences can slowly replace the impact of negative memories, but this requires repetition, patience, and conscious effort. The more you reinforce new emotional responses, the stronger they become. Your brain starts updating its emotional prediction system gradually. This is how healing from emotional pain truly happens, not by forgetting, but by changing emotional meaning of memories. You do not erase memories, you transform their emotional impact. This gives you control over how you feel in situations. Imagine responding calmly instead of reacting with fear or anger. That transformation begins with understanding your emotional memory patterns. Most emotional reactions are automatic, but they are not permanent. You can interrupt them by becoming aware in the moment. Awareness creates space between memory and emotional reaction. In that space, you gain the power to choose differently. This is where emotional freedom begins to develop slowly. You are no longer controlled by unconscious emotional memories. Instead, you start guiding your emotional responses intentionally. This shift changes how you experience life every single day. Relationships improve when emotional reactions become more conscious. Stress reduces when past memories lose their emotional grip. Confidence grows when fear-based memories are reprocessed and understood. Emotional intelligence increases as you understand your internal patterns. And everything begins with recognizing the power of your memories. Your past is not your enemy, it is your teacher. In the next part, we will explore emotional triggers deeply. Have you ever reacted strongly and wondered why it happened? That sudden reaction is often caused by hidden emotional triggers. Triggers are reminders of past experiences stored deep in memory. They activate emotions instantly without conscious thinking or control. Your brain recognizes patterns faster than your awareness can respond. This is why reactions often feel automatic and overwhelming sometimes. A simple word, tone, or gesture can activate old emotions, even if the current situation seems completely harmless or neutral. Your mind connects present events with past emotional experiences instantly. This connection happens in milliseconds without your conscious permission. Emotional triggers are not random, they follow learned memory patterns. These patterns were formed during repeated emotional experiences in life, especially during childhood when your brain was highly impressionable. Strong emotional moments leave deeper imprints in your memory system. These imprints later shape how you interpret similar situations. That is why criticism may feel painful even when it's constructive. Your brain may link it to past rejection or embarrassment, so your reaction becomes stronger than the situation actually requires. This is known as emotional overactivation, caused by memory association. Your brain is trying to protect you from past emotional pain, but sometimes it misinterprets safe situations as potential threats. This leads to anxiety, anger, or sadness without clear reasons. Most people are unaware of their personal emotional triggers. They only notice the reaction, not the cause behind it. This lack of awareness keeps emotional patterns repeating endlessly. Breaking this cycle requires identifying your specific emotional triggers. Start by observing moments when your reactions feel unusually intense. Ask yourself what this feeling reminds you of from past experiences. Often you will discover a hidden memory connected to it. That connection reveals the root cause of your emotional response. Awareness transforms confusion into understanding and emotional clarity. Once you identify triggers, they begin losing their automatic power. You create a pause between the trigger and your reaction. That pause gives you control over your emotional response. Instead of reacting, you start responding with intention and awareness. This is a key skill in developing emotional intelligence. Triggers are not enemies. They are signals from your past. They reveal unresolved emotions that need attention and healing. Ignoring them only strengthens their influence over your behavior. Facing them reduces their intensity over time gradually. You can reframe triggers by changing how you interpret situations. Not every criticism means rejection or failure in reality. Not every disagreement means conflict or emotional danger. Your brain can learn new meanings with repeated conscious effort. This process weakens old emotional connections linked to triggers. Over time, triggers stop controlling your emotional responses automatically. You begin to feel more balanced and emotionally stable. Situations that once overwhelmed you become easier to handle. This builds confidence in managing your emotions effectively. You start trusting your ability to stay calm under pressure. Emotional triggers also affect relationships in powerful ways. Misunderstandings often happen because of unrecognized emotional triggers. One person's reaction may come from past pain, not present reality. Understanding this can improve communication and reduce unnecessary conflict. It helps you respond with empathy instead of frustration. You begin to see emotions as messages, not problems. This shift changes how you interact with others significantly. Emotional awareness creates deeper and healthier connections over time. You stop reacting blindly and start responding thoughtfully. This strengthens trust and emotional safety in relationships. Remember, your triggers are shaped by your unique life experiences. No two people have the same emotional trigger patterns. That is why understanding yourself is so important. In the next part, we will explore how to rewire emotional memories and learn how to reshape your emotional responses permanently. What if you could actually reprogram how your emotions respond? The good news is your brain is designed to change. This ability is called neuroplasticity, your brain's adaptation system. It allows you to reshape emotional responses over time. Your past may influence you, but it does not define you. Emotional memories can be rewritten with conscious and repeated effort. The key is not avoiding emotions, but understanding and reshaping them. Every time you react differently, you weaken old emotional pathways and slowly build new, healthier emotional response patterns instead. This is how emotional rewiring begins at a deep level. The first step is becoming aware of your emotional reactions. Without awareness, change is almost impossible to achieve consistently. Notice when your emotions feel stronger than the situation requires. That is a signal of past memory influencing present behavior. Instead of reacting, pause and observe your emotional state. Ask yourself what memory this feeling might be connected to. This creates distance between you and your automatic reaction. In that moment, you regain control over your response. The next step is to consciously choose a different reaction, even if it feels unnatural or uncomfortable at first. New emotional patterns always feel strange before becoming natural. Repetition is what strengthens new neural pathways in your brain. The more you practice, the easier it becomes over time. Slowly, your brain starts accepting the new response as normal. This is how you replace fear with calmness gradually and transform anger into understanding and controlled reactions. Visualization is another powerful tool for emotional rewiring. Imagine yourself responding calmly in situations that trigger you. Your brain treats imagination similar to real experiences sometimes. This strengthens new emotional patterns without real-world pressure. Over time, imagined responses become easier to apply in reality. Another important step is reframing your past experiences consciously. Change the meaning you attach to painful emotional memories. Instead of seeing failure, view it as a learning experience. Instead of rejection, see it as redirection or growth. This shifts the emotional weight attached to those memories. You are not changing the event, but its emotional meaning. That changes how your brain reacts in similar situations later. Self-talk also plays a powerful role in emotional rewiring. The way you speak to yourself shapes your emotional state. Negative thoughts reinforce old emotional memory patterns strongly. Positive and realistic thoughts create new emotional pathways gradually. Replace self-criticism with understanding and constructive inner dialogue. This reduces emotional intensity and builds inner emotional stability. Your environment also influences how emotional memories are reinforced. Surrounding yourself with supportive people helps emotional healing. Positive experiences create new emotional associations in your brain. These associations weaken the impact of negative past memories. Healing is not about perfection, it is about progress. Some days will feel easier, others will feel challenging, but consistency is what creates lasting emotional change. Small, repeated efforts lead to big transformations over time. Your brain is always learning, whether you guide it or not. So it is better to guide it consciously and intentionally. Emotional control is not suppression, it is understanding and choice. You allow emotions, but you decide how to respond. This gives you true emotional freedom and inner strength. Over time, your reactions become calmer and more balanced. Situations that once triggered you lose their emotional intensity. You begin to feel more in control of your life. This confidence spreads into every area of your life. Relationships, decisions, and mindset all begin to improve because your emotional foundation becomes stronger and more stable. In the next part, we will explore emotional healing deeply and understand how to release the weight of past memories. What if holding on to memories is the reason you feel stuck? Many emotional struggles come from unprocessed and unresolved past experiences. Your mind holds on to emotions that were never fully expressed. These emotions stay stored and resurface through different life situations. Healing begins when you stop avoiding these emotional experiences. Avoidance may feel safe, but it strengthens emotional pain over time. Facing your emotions is the first step toward real healing. It may feel uncomfortable, but discomfort leads to emotional release. Suppressed emotions do not disappear. They grow stronger silently. That is why small triggers can cause overwhelming emotional reactions. Your brain is asking you to process what was ignored before. Emotional healing requires patience, honesty, and self-awareness. You must allow yourself to feel without judgment or resistance. Accept that your emotions are valid, no matter how intense. This acceptance reduces the inner conflict within your mind. Journaling is a powerful method to process emotional memories. Writing helps you understand feelings that are hard to express. It brings clarity to emotions that feel confusing or overwhelming. Another method is talking to someone you trust deeply. Sharing emotions reduces their intensity and creates emotional relief. You do not have to carry emotional burdens alone anymore. Your past experiences deserve understanding, not suppression or denial. Forgiveness is also a crucial part of emotional healing, not for others, but for your own inner peace. Holding resentment keeps emotional pain alive inside your mind. Letting go does not mean forgetting or accepting what happened. It means freeing yourself from the emotional weight attached. This creates space for new and healthier emotional experiences. Self-compassion is another essential element of emotional healing. Be kind to yourself when facing difficult emotional memories. You were doing the best you could at that time. Understanding this reduces guilt and emotional self-judgment significantly. Healing is not linear. It moves in different directions. Some days you will feel progress, others may feel heavy. This is a natural part of emotional recovery and growth. Do not rush the process. Healing takes time and consistency. Every small step forward is meaningful and important. Mindfulness can help you stay present during emotional healing. It teaches you to observe emotions without becoming overwhelmed. You learn to experience feelings without losing control. Breathing techniques can calm intense emotional reactions quickly. This gives you stability while processing difficult memories. Physical activities also support emotional healing in powerful ways. Exercise releases stress and reduces emotional tension in the body. Your body and mind are deeply connected systems. Healing one supports healing the other naturally. Over time, emotional pain begins to lose its intensity. Memories remain, but they no longer control your feelings. You start remembering without reliving the emotional pain. This is a sign of true emotional healing and growth. You gain strength from experiences that once hurt deeply. Your perspective changes and becomes more balanced and clear. You begin to see your past as a source of wisdom, not something that controls your present emotional state anymore. This shift creates inner peace and emotional freedom gradually. You become less reactive and more emotionally grounded. Life feels lighter when emotional burdens are released. You open yourself to new experiences without fear controlling you. Emotional healing allows you to live more fully in the present, instead of being trapped in cycles of past emotional pain. You start building a healthier emotional future consciously, one where your past no longer defines your emotional responses. This transformation changes how you experience yourself and others. In the final part, we will explore mastering emotional control and how to maintain long-term emotional balance in daily life. What if small daily habits could completely transform your emotional intelligence? The truth is, emotional intelligence grows through consistent daily practice. It is not built overnight but shaped through repeated intentional actions. Every day offers opportunities to strengthen your emotional awareness and control. The key is turning knowledge into simple, practical daily habits. Start your day by checking in with your emotions honestly. Ask yourself how you feel and why it matters today. This simple habit builds strong self-awareness over time. Another powerful habit is practicing mindful breathing regularly. Just a few minutes can calm your mind significantly. It prepares you to handle emotional situations more effectively. Throughout the day, pause and observe your reactions carefully. Notice when emotions start rising and what triggers them. Awareness in real time strengthens emotional control gradually. Replace automatic reactions with thoughtful and intentional responses. This shift may feel difficult, but improves with practice. Make it a habit to listen more than you speak. Focus fully on understanding others instead of planning responses. This builds empathy and improves your communication instantly. Another important habit is reflecting on your daily interactions. At night, review situations where emotions influenced your behavior. Ask yourself what you handled well and what needs improvement. Reflection turns everyday experiences into powerful learning opportunities. Journaling can support this reflection and deepen emotional understanding. Writing helps you process thoughts and uncover hidden patterns. Over time, these insights lead to meaningful personal growth. Practice expressing your emotions clearly and respectfully always. Avoid blaming language and focus on your own feelings. This reduces conflict and improves relationship quality significantly. Another daily habit is showing appreciation to others genuinely. A simple thank you can strengthen emotional connections deeply. Gratitude shifts your focus from problems to positive experiences. This improves your overall emotional well-being naturally. Surround yourself with emotionally intelligent and positive individuals. Their behavior will influence and shape your own habits. Learn from how they handle stress and relationships effectively. Limit exposure to negativity that drains your emotional energy. Protecting your environment supports emotional balance and stability. Another key habit is practicing patience in challenging moments. Not every situation requires an immediate reaction or response. Patience allows emotions to settle before taking action. This leads to better decisions and fewer regrets later. Develop the habit of accepting feedback with an open mind. Feedback provides valuable insight into your behavior and impact. Use it as a tool for growth rather than criticism. Self-compassion is also essential for emotional intelligence development. Do not judge yourself harshly for emotional mistakes. Instead, learn and improve without unnecessary guilt or shame. Growth requires kindness toward yourself during the learning process. Another effective practice is setting healthy emotional boundaries. Learn to say no when situations drain your energy. Boundaries protect your mental health and emotional well-being. They allow you to give your best without feeling overwhelmed. Consistency is the most important factor in building these habits. Small daily efforts lead to significant long-term improvements. Emotional intelligence becomes stronger with each conscious decision. Over time, these habits become natural parts of your behavior. You respond with awareness instead of reacting impulsively. Relationships improve as you understand and connect more deeply. Challenges become easier to handle with emotional balance. You gain confidence in both personal and professional situations. Life feels more controlled, meaningful, and emotionally fulfilling. Emotional intelligence becomes your greatest strength in every area, and it all begins with choosing growth every single day. Now the journey is yours to begin and continue consistently.